Okay, so this is template. This is a template file, and then on the left there's a reference for the t-shirt, something very generic. Okay, what you want to take note of is where are the seam lines, where are the details for the stitches. Okay, thickness, the shape of the t-shirt as well, the collar. Okay, so as much as possible, the shirt, the topo, wireframe and stuff, try to keep it as straight as possible. Okay, one of the common mistakes is because when you are modeling the body, you created things like the rib cage. Okay, then the line will be curved. So when you created your t-shirt using the body, right, you will have curved line as well. So as much as possible, try to keep your edge loop straight. Okay, the polygon have to be equal and constant as much as possible as well. Okay, then at the front view, always remember the center vertex have to be aligned to the center of the grid. Okay, so after looking at the t-shirt is not very difficult to do. It's very basic, one of the basic shirt. So first of all, we are going to find the seam line around the sleeve. Okay, so selecting the edge loop around it, holding on to shift, right click, bevel edges, reduce the fraction to 0.1, add an extra segment, double click on it. Okay, this is where you can shrink or scale that extra segment down. Okay, and then you will have something like the detail for the seam ready. Okay, you can additionally add another edge loop, okay, closer to the seam line to help you hold on to the shape itself. Okay, another easy one is actually the thickness of the clothes. Selecting the border of the sleeve, extrude once, scale it down. This will create the thickness. Okay, extrude again, push it in. This is where you can see how the thickness looks like. Okay. Go to the front view, turn on the X-ray mode or the transparency mode. This line that we extruded, okay, I'll prefer it to match the next corresponding edge loop as much as possible. Okay, do not put it in the middle. Okay, do not put it anywhere else. Try to match the next edge loop. Same concept for the collar here. Okay, selecting the border around it, extrude it once to create the thickness, extrude again, and expand it. Okay, while expanding this edge, we want to push it down as well, so that it will not clip into the body or the shirt itself. Go to the front view, turn on the transparency mode. Make sure that the center vertex are aligned to the center. Okay, then we continue to the next one, which is the bottom. Same concept. Okay, again, if you want to add some details around the seam, you can bevel it, add one segment and screw it in. Okay, same thing for the collar. Okay, once this is done, okay, you can actually do an unwrap for this as well if you want to, before you do the mirror geometry. So for example, now after finish modeling ready, I don't need the reference picture anymore. I'm going to save the work and then going to do the unwrap. So I go to the UV editor. Okay, select all the faces. Shift right click, planar map. Select only the sleeve. Grow the selection by holding on to shift full stop. Okay, only the sleeve. Shift right click, planar map. This will detach your sleeve from your main body. Okay, the clothes itself. So the clothes, just put it one side. We don't need the clothes. I only want the sleeve. Going to the edge mode, select the center, or actually the seam line of where you want the sleeve to be. Shift right click, cut UV mode, unfold. Now the sleeve is being unwrapped. Okay. Select the model, symmetry geometry, or actually mirror geometry. Make sure your merge mode is merged. Now my UV for the sleeve is being duplicated. The main body on the other hand is not, so this is where I'm going to planar map the main body. Okay, there is one vertex that is not merged correctly, so I'm going to merge it manually. Okay, now that they are merged, I'm going to reapply the planar map. Go to edge mode. Look out for the seam lines. Okay, shift right click, cut the UV mode, select and unfold. Okay, you can also choose to go and attach the sleeve in. Okay. So this is done for the t-shirt.